Hey, this is Caven of the path that I took on my cave exploring adventure. Starting from up high, we're going to zoom down into the Bob Marshall Wilderness area. This is the Montour Creek trailhead. The first part of the journey was a really long hike up Montour Creek, about 8 or 10 miles, flying all the way up here to Burnt Cabin. Then it was a pretty steep hike up Limestone Pass. Zoom up here a little bit. And there's some snow here. I did this hike in September though, so there was no snow when I was hiking. And this is where I dropped a lot of my gear and set up a base camp for the first day. And hiked up to the top of Limestone Pass. Set up a little base camp down in here, and I come up all the way up on this trail, kind of switch back around up here, and then I actually spent some time here on the first day. So I explored up to Apex Mountain here. I hiked all the way up here, just to sort of the base of the peak of Apex Mountain. I was interested in the cave on the side of the summit, but it was quite inaccessible way up on this cliff. So I ended up going back and spending the night at my base camp. And on the second day, coming back up to Limestone Pass, and then making my way over country through all of this, following these ridges here, coming all the way along this ridge. Over to this point where I had a nice clear shot along this ridge to my next target, which was Danaher Peak. Kind of circled around here and came to this point below the summit where I again dropped my gear. Basically, I'm near the summit. I'm going to drop off my backpack here, and then made my way up the last 2 miles. This is a 2-mile stretch here up to the top of Danaher. So this route that I took along the ridges here was probably a good 10 or 15 miles of backcountry hiking, no trails, pretty rough going. The cave, which was up here on the north side of the summit. Hopped in the cave, looked around, and then it was getting close to dark and I was out of water, so I made my way back to my gear. Decided I better just head straight off the mountain, try to find some water and a place to camp. So I followed kind of this, just until I intercepted the main trail running along the south of the mountain here. And by now it was dark, so I followed this route to what I was hoping would be the next creek, some water. Unfortunately, the dry creek, did not have any water. A ways here until I finally did encounter some water. Again, by now I was navigating in the pitch black till I finally swung around down here, up down here to Camp Canyon Trail, where I found some water at midnight after about 5 hours of hiking through the pitch black darkness. I set up camp, and then on my third day I had to basically make a loop out of this and cross just a ton of country from here all the way across all this terrain until I was able to drop back down onto Montour Creek here. Back down, nice long hike all the way down to the trailhead, my third day. I don't know, 25, 30 mile hike that day, I'm not sure. So pretty long going. And that was it. A good 3-day hike through the backcountry of the Bob Marshall.